What is up, YouTube world? You're here with Chris, and today I have two book recommendations that you're going to want to take a look at. So the inspiration behind these book recommendations comes from some of my viewers who are like, hey, I want to read a book, but maybe I might not have the time to read every day as far as like reading chapters and chapters, or might want a small book to read maybe in the morning or before bed. And so these books are broken down into small passages, actually 366 passages that you can read every day, and that's going to make you better. Before I share the first book, make sure you like and subscribe so we can grow together, of course. If you like hearing good book recommendations, then this is the place for you, because that's what I do here. So the first book is Mind Fuel by Bear Grylls. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Bear Grylls and Will Vanderhart. Bear Grylls is I think he's from the UK. He's a UK explorer. I looked him up. If you ever I've seen a lot of his material on the Discovery Channel. He's always in some crazy elements, putting himself out there, exploring new places that would be considered extreme in our culture. I'm going to share a passage from today. So this passage is called Aim Upstream of Where You Want to Land. And basically what he's talking about is that when you set a goal, it's kind of like crossing a stream. If you've ever thought about crossing a stream, it may look calm on the top, but the water below can be very turbulent and can actually sweep you off your feet and sweep you away. This is how life treats us when we aim for our goals. We aim for a goal and then it seems easy, right? Making it to, for me, I guess 50,000 YouTube subscribers would be a goal. But underneath that river that you're trying to cross, there's turbulent water that you might not taken into account. And this is the bumps and curveballs that life tends to throw at you on your path to success. So reading this passage really helped focus my mind this morning and let me know that no matter what I'm aiming for, I have to, one, aim high. And then two, life is going to throw me curveballs. Life is going to throw ups and downs at you. Things are not going to work. Your health might fail. Things are going to happen to you, and it's to be expected. And it's to be expected also of me to continue to keep growing and for you to keep growing and keep going. Cool. So this book is 365 passages in this book. And the thing is, it's broken up. Each passage spans 2 days. And the reason they do that is because they want you to be able to read one part of the passage and really let that marinate. You want to have a whole day to really think about and ponder what you've just read and how you can apply it to your own life. So I really enjoyed this book. I just got it actually not too long ago, but I've been reading it every day. And I am going to recommend this to you, especially if you're just getting into self-help. If you're in a place in your life where you feel like you need some mental resiliency, as we all have post-COVID landscape, this is a great book for you. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the second book. I'm really iffy on reading books about parenting because part of me, I do have a growth mindset, but I think in parenting, I might have a fixed mindset. And what that is like, as parents, we don't want to have to look at a book to tell us how to parent, especially if you've been doing it for a while. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be open to new ideas and new different ways of parenting. And it was harder. It's hard for me to even admit that today because I was like, I don't need a book to teach me how to parent. I've been doing this, right? But that doesn't mean you can't always get better. So this book is about parenting, and this book is specifically for my fathers out there. So without further ado, I'm going to bring the book up. So I don't know if I can get this to focus or if it's in focus. Like I said, I have this camera, but I can't see myself on the camera. But this is called The Daily Dad, 366 Meditations on Parenting, Love, and Raising Great Kids. And this is a fabulous book. I really enjoy reading this. This is, like the book says, 366 passages. It's by Ryan Holiday. And if you don't know, Ryan Holiday wrote The Obstacle is the Way, which is a bestseller, and also The Daily Stoic. So if you're not up on those two books, I definitely would recommend you reading those two books first. Those are The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday and The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. If you haven't read those, reading those lets you kind of know what this is going to segment to. So basically, he's taking Stoic practices and philosophy, and he's really applying it to how not only we can raise our children better, but how we can apply these ideas to ourselves. So I've been reading this every day. This was actually a gift that was given to me, and I really enjoyed this book. so much. So for all my dads out there who are like kind of new to stoicism or kind of new to just reading about parenting, this is a really great book. So I'm not going to read a whole passage from today because each passage only takes about a page. Like for May 26th, I think is the last one I left off on, was like talking about like affirmations for your children. So when you think about that, it's like, what are your core values, right? Your core value might be courage. Wait, hold on. It's an airplane flying over. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Hopefully you can't, but it's pretty loud on my end. But your core values could be like honesty, diligence, loyalty, respect, right? You only need 4 or 5 core values. And these are the core values that wouldn't change if somebody gave you $1 billion. If somebody gave you $1 billion, these values would never change. These values are going to stay with you throughout your entire life. So just like Ryan talks about us having core values, what are the core values that you're gonna be instilling in your children, right? And when I first read about this, I was like, what do you mean core values in my children? Like, shouldn't they develop their own core values? And this is true to an extent. Your kids are going to develop their own core values as they experience life, but at the same time, you should be raising them to a standard, and that standard might be core values you might want to instill in them. Like for one core value that's in my house is we tell the truth. Honesty is a core value, and they know that dad is that's a really big standard and core value with me. But what he says that if you don't have a core value or like a target to be raising your kids towards, then you're kind of letting them free float. You know, you're not making a conscious decision to really pick, to really train, or to really socialize them in a way that you want them to go out and be within the world. So really great book. And like I said, it's 366 passages. All my dads out there, get on it. If you're a future dad, definitely get on this. And I think that's going to be it for today. And that's going to be consistent with these 2 book recommendations. So like I said, if you're new to the channel and you like hearing about really great books, definitely like and subscribe. It'll help us grow together. If I really appreciate it. Every like is definite plus. So, and if you have other book recommendations along the lines of what I'm already reading, or maybe something I should check out, definitely leave those books in the comments, because I do end up reading a lot of them, which are really great, and I might make a video on them. All right, have a good day. Peace.